Well, hello peeps. So today we're gonna be talking about a few topics relating to the season, relating to the state of World of Warcraft PvP. Of course, while enjoying some Fury 2 vs 2 arenas, I've been playing with a friend, helping my buddy get his 1600 tokens on the Monk as well. But before we get into the video, I do have to inform you that only 4.3% of you subscribed. So if you have been enjoying the content, please consider smashing that subscribe button. Also, hit the notification bell. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is just the Weapons of Conquest BS. I don't know what you think, peeps, but my opinion is I think this was such a very bad oversight. Obviously, the weapon embellishments are much stronger than anything we have on any other piece, right? So, obviously, people are gonna make the weapon and craft the weapon, making the Weapons of Conquest completely useless, in my opinion, right? You're most likely running one Weapon of Conquest on a dual-wield character. If you don't have a dual-wield character, you're probably just gonna be running the crafted weapon. So basically, we didn't get anything to replace the Great Vault. Like, the Weapons of Conquest are not gonna be used on most characters, right? Which, yeah, just makes it absolutely useless. I don't know what you peeps think, but I personally think this is just a huge oversight. They should have never relied simply on giving us the Weapons of Conquest instead of the Great Vault. Especially when we had like the embellishments of the weapons being so strong, and we should have had like an increase to conquest or something, like, because at this point we're basically having less gear than we would have had before with the Great Vault. Another soft topic I want to talk about is damage over time burst. Like, WTF is this? I don't know how this crept up into the game, but why does this exist? Why am I getting absolutely slaughtered in seconds by freaking Affliction Warlocks, Feral Druids, Unholy Death Knights? Like, why is damage over time bursting me? Like, I don't know who came up with this concept, but needs to kind of take a chill pill, bro. Like, burst damage should be burst, not damage over time, right? Like, me and my buddy were discussing this when we were playing these games. We were like, seriously, like, what has happened in like the thought process to actually, for a person to think, okay, let me do damage over time burst as like a concept. But it might be just me also being a little bit tired of getting destroyed by freaking Affliction Warlocks, and now adding Feral Druid to that mix with the new kind of recent tunings. Another thing I want to see what you peeps think is Deep Hole Ravine being added to the BG Blitz pool. I personally don't think it's a really good battleground. My main reasoning is that it basically just ends up being a Zag fest, and there really is not much strategy going around, like trying to actually get behind the enemy lines and whatnot. You can pretty much play it as a control mid situation, right? Make sure you're controlling one flag, make sure you're controlling one card while you're also controlling the crystal. It just kind of ends up being who is stronger in the team fight, right? It doesn't really like have, oh my god, do this play, pull off there, right? Do this rotation, right? No, it's just who is stronger in the fighting. Now, I must say kudos to Blizzard for another lackluster season of tunings. It is just, I feel like, an absolute joke at this point. Not seeing the nerfs to some of the classes, it's like, okay, maybe they are waiting for some more numbers, internal numbers, maybe the tier sets and whatnot. But seeing this third or fourth nerf buff to Feral and making Feral, I think, the most insane spec right now. To me, next to Affliction, the strongest spec that I've faced. It just kind of, to me, is insane and shows that they're kind of confused what they're doing with these tunings. Why is a very good performing spec getting nerf buffs instead of just nerfs? Why are the overperforming spec not getting nerfs? Where are the buffs for the underperformers? I'm happy, you know, I must say I'm happy that I'm seeing my Demon Hunter, right, buffed, but where's arms buffs, right? There's obviously additional specs that are, right, underperforming, and it's just absolutely ignored town. So I really hope this is something they get a handle on, because it's just a joke at this point. Like, I just really hope at this point that they get a handle on this. It's a joke, it's just a repeating joke throughout the seasons. I don't think the player base deserves to suffer this anymore. Now, on the topic of the Demon Hunter, while we're talking about the tunings, I think that this was not enough. After testing it out, you can barely feel the buffs. You know, I'm very happy to receive them, but we also have to be realistic here. They are an absolute joke, how would you say, compared to what we would need to be, I think, at that point with some of the other classes. I played my Demon Hunter a little bit, and then I straight went to Fury, and I was like, yeah, Fury is still like miles ahead of Demon Hunter. At this point, I think I really hope the next Demon Hunter tunings are not simple buffs to the damage. I think that is not really it. We really need the survivability. I feel like just the absolute biggest sack of you-know-what, right, on the battlefield, because that's just how everybody can treat you. Everybody can just treat you as a pile of poo-poo, right, and just kick you around. And we also have to kind of admit that it's just not a good meta. Like, the classes that are strong are just good into Demon Hunter, and then some classes that I would say historically are not super strong into Demon Hunter are also very strong right now into Demon Hunter. So just a not very happy state for us. As far as my overall opinion on the meta, I really think that there's just some things that need to be completely like reworked, addressed, or something that needs to happen to this very, very fast. Like freaking pronto. Specifically talking about Devastation, Evoker, right, and Frost Mage. I feel like these two classes are just unplayable for melee. I feel like it's just a completely uncomfortable and unenjoyable experience to play a melee class into a Frost Mage or a Devastation Evoker. Just a completely unenjoyable. Obviously, the way these classes function, specifically, right, Devastation Evoker with it's one of the hero talents, and just Frost Mage in general just needs to be looked at. Additionally, you could say slows are just absolutely insane. I don't understand why every single caster has a 70% slow, while every freaking caster also has freedom or some kind of a way to remove snares. Like, that kind of boggles my mind. Why doesn't my Demon Hunter get to remove snares with Fell Rush? But Mage gets to blink and remove snares and get movement speed. Okay. And every freaking range seems to have a 70 range slow. Right, 70% slow. So I think it's maybe Shamans that don't have it, but like every other range seems to have it. Like, it's absolutely insane. Actually, legitimately insane. And of course, for the melees, every freaking slow has to be 50%. Like, what the hell is this? I really think it's a thing they need to reevaluate. How much slows range have or how much slows melee have. And just slows in general. Why are there so many passive slows these days? Like, just, oh, I slow with damaging ability. Again, specifically being the worst evokers and freaking frost mages, but still, like, why is there so many things that just passively slow? Why can't you just have a normal slow ability? Especially when you still have characters that have normal slow abilities and they have to cast their slow abilities to actually slow the target. Not just get a freaking 70% slow because they exist passively and just doing their damage rotation. Roots for us melees as well could be just counted as freaking hard CC, and pretty much it seems like every single class has some kind of an instantaneous root to put on you at this point. Like, it is really insane to try and play. CC in general isn't kind of insane, but I feel like that's a topic for another time. In any case, peeps, I'm gonna let you enjoy the rest of this gameplay. Nice stun. I'm kiting his damage a little bit. Okay. Going back in. Watch out, he's cacting. Are you healing me? Are you healing me?
Yep.
Okay, nice. Okay, I have huge fucking damage.
Hang up.
Huge damage. Cannot survive this. Wait a little second for a burst him. Okay, now. I use my cooldown somewhere. Ah, shit. I fear. Ooh, we got the cooldowns. Orc. Stunned for 0 seconds. You're healing me good, right? Huge damage. Huge damage. Just letting me pump him. He lines the f***ing healer. What the f***? There you go, bro. I just boosted.
Nice.
I just boosted the shit out of you, bro. Got you 16 handle. Now get lost. Go to work.
Yep.